How's it going, YouTube? This is FourthStarTCG and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be going over a very interesting deck list for the next format, or for the new format. I guess it's not the next format anymore, it's here. The biggest threat in this format has honestly been Mega Mewtwo EX. It's just incredibly hard to beat. It can take down really any deck very fast. Mega Rayquaza really hasn't been doing much, basically because of Parallel City. You throw a couple Parallel City into your deck list and until Karen comes out, Rayquaza can't really deal with that. So right now, Mega Mewtwo's just been running the format. There have been other decks like Rainbow Road that have been very successful. Steelix has been doing alright. Really just there have been a lot of decks that have really run away with stuff. But today we're going to be taking a look at this deck. You can see the title of my deck list. It is FU Mewtwo. And we are going to be going over this awesome Mega Scizor EX deck list, which really just rips through Mewtwo. It beats Mewtwo, it beats Rayquaza. It really just gives a lot of trouble to a lot of the top tier decks in this format, and I think it's going to be a very strong deck. Even on its own, it's very good. The only thing it really auto loses to is Volcanion EX. You can't do anything versus Volcanion, but Volcanion hasn't been very big because of this guy right here that we run a 2-2 line of. So this deck list I did not build this deck list myself. I usually build a lot of deck lists myself, but this is a exact copy of Yellow Swellow's deck list. He did a video on this, and he also did a video of him building this deck list, so I will link both of those in the video description below so you guys can go and check him out if you have not already. So let's just get into the deck build right here. We got a 4-3 Scizor, Mega Scizor line. Just get that out as quickly as possible. It's our main attacker. Having that 4-3 line really helps us out. In the supporting cast around Scizor, we've got one copy of Cobalion. Revenge Blast can do a lot of damage if it's late in the game, and it's also a non-EX attacker. It means you have to rely on Pokemon Ranger a little bit less versus Regice and stuff like that, Glaceon, because really Mega Scizor is going to be the only attacker you're using. So you have Glaceon gets up, even if they're weak to Steel, you can just one-shot them with a Revenge Blast most likely. So we got one copy of Cobalion, two copies of Shaymin EX. You could probably cut this to one copy of Shaymin EX, as this really doesn't need a lot of draw power. Once you get set up, you really don't need to set up anymore, and you have Garbodor, so usually you'll try to get those two Shaymin EX down, but you could cut this to one copy of Shaymin EX if you want to bring it down to a little bit more budget-friendly deck list. We got one copy of Hoopa EX, just helps us to search out all of our EX Pokemon, get them out quickly, helps with our setup, and also a 2-2 line of Garbodor in order to shut off our opponent's abilities. This slows down Rayquaza, completely annihilates Greninja. Really any deck that relies on abilities. Volcanion not really, because you're gonna lose weakness, or you're gonna lose to weakness. They throw out a Steam Artillery, and even if they have a Fighting Fury belt, they throw out a Steam Artillery and from the baby Volcanion, and you're just gone. Yeah, so you lose to Volcanion, but other than that, Garbodor is very helpful in slowing down other decks and just making it difficult for them to work. We aren't playing this deck list with hammers. I don't like hammers, and I don't think Yellow Swallow built it with hammers either. It just leaves some more space for other things in order to make Scizor run a little bit easier. One copy of Escape Rope in order to get out of the active if we need to for any reason, and we don't have a Float Stone. One copy of Max Potion. Just usually if we got a damaged Scizor and a powered up Scizor on the bench, we can retreat, discard those 2 energy that we were using to attack, and then Max Potion. Yeah, Max Potion is just very helpful. It can be very key in some matchups, especially if you get down early versus Mewtwo and you need to heal off some damage so you're not two-shot. Yeah, 2 copies of Mega Turbo, get back our basic energy from the discard pile. Very helpful, allows you to power up a Scizor in one turn. That's super important. One copy of Super Rod to get back all of our Pokemon if they somehow get discarded or knocked out, and to bring back our basic energy. 4 copies of Trainer Mail to find all of everything that we have here. Very important, helps the consistency quite a bit. 4 copies of Ultra Ball, so we hit into our Hoopa and hit into our Pokemon earlier, just very staple card there, 4 copies of that, 4 copies of VS Seeker to get back all of our supporters, 2 copies of Lysander. Iron Crusher hits 120 damage. I didn't even go over the attacks. Oh man, what am I doing? So Mega Scizor EX, very sorry about that. Mega Scizor EX for 2 Metal Energy has the attack Iron Crusher, does 120 damage, and you can discard either a special energy card attached to your opponent's active Pokemon or a Stadium card in play. So you can discard a DCE attached to a Mewtwo, you can discard Rayquaza's Skyfield, you can do all sorts of stuff. Get rid of a special energy, get rid of a Stadium, very helpful, especially Giratina. You just flat out beat Giratina, Xerneas, stuff like that. You can discard their special energy, you can hit for weakness on Xerneas, just rip through them. Yeah, so that's that. Scizor has the attack Steel Wing, does 20 damage, and any damage done to you is reduced by 20 during your next turn. And Gale Thrust, which does 50, or 2 metal, and it does 60 more if you were on the bench and became active this turn. So if you retreated into Scizor or escape roped or did whatever, then that can do 110 damage. So that's fairly good. Yeah, Cavalian Revenge Blast, I think it's like does 30 more damage for each prize card your opponent's taken. It's like a base 30 or something. Yeah. So getting into everything else, 2 copies of Lysander, 2 copies of N, 1 copy of Pokemon Ranger if we are under Giratina lock and we only have stuff like our Shield Energy and we want a Parallel City or something. Also helps to get out of Regice if our Cavalian is somehow prized or something like that. 4 copies of Professor Sycamore, very simple, staple. 1 copy of Skyla. I'm starting to really like playing Skyla in a new format deck list because it just helps your consistency so much. You can search for that Ultra Ball. You can search for a Spirit Link. You can search for a Mega Turbo. It helps you find that one card, normally that one card that you need as a trainer card, so you can find that with Skyla. Skyla, very helpful. We got 2 copies of Parallel City as our Stadium of choice. 3 copies of Floatstone, helps us maximize drawing into that for our Garbodor. Ability Garbotoxin, if this Pokemon has a Pokemon Tool card attached to it. There are no abilities except for Garbotoxin. 4 copies of Scizor Spirit Link. You might say, why do you use 4 if you only play 3 copies of Mega Scizor? Just for consistency, so we draw into it quicker, we're able to get out our Mega Scizors faster. That's pretty much it. 4 copies of Shield Energy. All it does is reduces damage done to you by 10. Very helpful. And 5 copies of Metal Energy. So that is the deck list right here. Let's get some matches with it. Hopefully we'll get some nice matches. We'll tear through some Mewtwo players, because really Mewtwo is all you see on the TCGO ladder. So it looks like we're playing against Greninja, which is another deck list that this has a pretty solid matchup versus because of Garbodor. So we will prioritize getting out our Garbodor. This could be something like, I don't know, maybe Primal Kyogre, new Water Box, I don't know. We'll see. They have Grass Leaves, but they're not playing Grass Pokemon. We got a fairly good start, I have to say. It's like we aren't really going to be needing our Hoopa this matchup, but it could be useful. Okay, we see Regice Gyarados. Alright. And he's going to end us out of our perfect hand to start. Well, at least we got the 2 Scizor down right away. That's very helpful. And we hit for weakness on this Regice if he does not get up the... whatchamacallit. He's going to Max Elixir here and hit it onto the Gyarados. Hit the Gyarados Spirit Link. Energy onto the Regice, and our turn. Even if we aren't able to... I can minimize his damage, or I can... Here, I'm going to Hoopa first. Search my deck for 3 Pokemon EX. Let's get a Scizor. I don't have... I'm probably just going to end up Sycamoring here, so I just probably want another Scizor. And we only have 3 in the deck list anyway. So we get the Scizor out. We'll do that, and I guess we'll just Sycamore here. I don't want a Parallel City just yet. Could help us out though. Yeah, I don't want a Parallel City. I really don't. I don't want to limit us to 3 right away. As yeah, there's our Shaman. somehow haven't managed to pull an energy, but thankfully, because we didn't Parallel City, there's an escape rope. I probably shouldn't have grabbed that. No problem, I guess. We'll just get something out of the active here, because we don't have an energy. We'll do that, and we will Shaman here. Nice, we do manage to grab the energy. And yeah. Alright, I think that's going to be it. No. Whoops. I don't want to attack. Alright, we'll Steel Wing. Steel Wing, important to attack. Sometimes I forget to do that. So, my opponent throws down the Rough Seas. He's going to be able to heal this damage, which is a little annoying. He's going to VS Seeker for the N. We've got our own Parallel City. Garbodor is really not that important in this matchup, to be honest. Things looking good here. He's throwing down the Splash Energy. I can discard that this or my next turn. I've got all the outs to a Mega Scizor right here. Him healing by that is going to be annoying. He hits 3 heads. Oh goodness. 3 heads in a row. That's nuts. What is that? Like a 12.5% chance. Man. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, this is not. We're going to need to grab out our Mega Scizor. I mean, that's kind of just like, if they hit the Stormy Seas heads like all the time, I don't really know what I can do. I mean, I can Lysander out something. Yeah. Just hope he can't hit 220 for some weird reason. I don't want to Super Rod just yet. We'll Iron Crusher. And discarding, I need to discard this so he can't heal. Yeah, because then he would, I think Gyarados is 240. Oh, he's got another Rough Seas. Well, VS Seeker for the N yet again. Play the N. I mean, when you hit 3 Stormy Seas heads, there's really nothing you can do. We got our Parallel City, which is nice. I'm probably going to face that his way. If he doesn't hit the Mega Gyarados this turn, we could be somehow okay. As yeah, he doesn't play Shaman. He's going to throw down another Splash Energy. If we had a Lysander, yeah, he doesn't hit the Mega this turn, which is nice. Hits everything for 10 on his bench. Yay. That won't do anything anyway. Okay, so we're going to throw this down. We are going to play this our way. So we have to discard Pokemon, but get rid of the Float Stone on the Hoopa, I guess. But he does less damage, and I guess we'll Super Rod our Mega Scizor, Hoopa, and Shaman back into the deck. And I could Iron Crusher. Yeah, I think. Do I want a Sycamore? I've already attached an energy for this turn. There's really nothing else I can do. I'm just going to Iron Crusher here, which is able to knock him out, thankfully. Yeah, and I don't want to discard the Parallel City, so we're good. We got the Mega Turbo and the N. Nice. So we killed that with all the energy on it. Him not being able to get a Mega Gyarados was really sad. Looks like he's going to be trying to get that Regice up. But KOing that Gyarados was really big for us. Just gonna Super Rod here, bring back 3 basic energy. Ultra Ball, I think does he have a Spirit Link? He doesn't have a Spirit Link on any of these, so he could grab the Octillery, which it looks like he will do. Hopefully he's gonna Abyssal Hand. Hopefully I'll be able to grab something like a Lysander or a VS Seeker. I did already lose 2 VS Seeker, but we have 1 Lysander and hopefully 2 VS Seeker left in the deck. The great thing about playing Parallel City with Scizor is you can choose which one, limit your opponent to 3, or you can, if they're playing a Fire, Water, Grass deck, I think it's Fire, Water, Grass. Yeah, I think it's Fire, Water, Grass. You can reduce their damage by 20, and then you can discard. You can discard it with Iron Crusher if you want. It's gonna manually evolve into Mega Gyarados. I don't want to end here. I don't want to Sycamore. I guess what else can I do? I got 23 cards left in my deck. I am just going to Sycamore. I don't see the real benefit to having Garbodor this turn, but I do see a benefit to getting another Mega Scizor set up. Yeah, I'm just gonna Iron Crusher and leave the Parallel City. He attaches down there, which means he's basically giving up this Palkia. I would like a VS Seeker, a Lysander, something. I do have this Mega Scizor powered up, so but he's reduced by, all his damage is reduced by 30 right now. From the Parallel City and from this. Just gonna throw down the Spirit Link, Mega Evolve. He still doesn't have this powered up. He's gonna end me. I don't really mind that. I had 5 cards and now I have 4. And he gives us a Lysander, which is very nice. I am going to attach down here to this Cobalion. I think Revenge Blast. Yeah. I don't really want to start setting up another Scizor. I'm going to take the threat right here. Get rid of that Splash Energy. Do some damage to it. He can retreat, but right now I'm in control of the game, which is what I want. Could have taken the Manaphy for true prizes, but then if this comes out and I can't 2-hit KO it with Iron Crusher, then that's going to be a big problem. So that's why I did what I did. He can come out here with Regice. I can Skyla for the VS Seeker for next turn for if I don't pull the VS Seeker. Okay. So we'll throw that down here. He hasn't taken any prize cards, so that's a little annoying. Will he knock me out next turn? What? He's got 40. He's got 60, so he will knock me out next turn. I'm just going to retreat out into this Mega Scizor. Going to Skyla here. for our VS Seeker for next turn. We can go Lysander. Actually, could he have knocked me out? Resistance Blizzard -20. He could have knocked me out. He can knock me out if -20, -30. He could knock me. I think he could knock me out. Yeah, there's no special energy there. I don't want to discard the Parallel City. Yeah. I'm sure he had some sort of out to attacking me. He's only got 4 cards. He's gonna Lysander out the Cobalion. Don't really know why. Resistance Blizzard that. I hate to lose this energy, but we are going to VS Seeker. Pokemon Ranger, not for Lysander because this is a threat. Retreat. Hate to lose all this energy. Pokemon Ranger, Iron Crusher, and we are not going to get rid of that Parallel City. So we're going to get rid of the Regice, take another prize card, which is a Scizor EX. He's going to throw this out. He needs 2 energy to attack here, and it gets 1 shot. We still have 1 VS Seeker in the deck, which I know because I saw it. Gonna VS Seeker. He's gonna N us here. Again, I don't really have a problem with that. I had a Sycamore, but I probably wouldn't have used it anyway, given that we have only 13 cards left in the deck. If he ends us in... Sorry for that, guys. My computer did cut out for a second, but I was able to draw the VS Seeker off the top deck, and I VS Seekered for Lysander. I will now Lysander out this Mega Gyarados EX and Iron Crusher, not discarding the Parallel City, and knock him out. And put him within 1 prize of, and put me within 1 prize of victory here. Sorry about that little cut. Again, Andy's just gonna forfeit at this point. So Mega Scizor able to come through in our first matchup versus Water. Very nice. Not a deck that Scizor is built to be able to take care of, but we were still able to do it even after he hit those 3 Stormy Seas heads, which was a little crazy. So we're going to get one more match here. Hopefully it'll be a good one with Mega Scizor EX. And hopefully my computer will not cut out again. But yeah, he didn't really do much. He just threw a couple cards down, and then I drew the VS Seeker off the top deck, which pretty much won me the game. Okay, so we're playing Fire, so we're going to lose. It's pretty simple. I'll still play it out anyway, just because it is important to see all the matchups that a deck could face up against. This really is the only potential auto loss. Our start is not bad though. 4 fire energy, I don't know, maybe like Typhlosion or something. If they're playing burning energy, yeah, I see stuff for Typhlosion, so. But yeah, I mean that's kind of okay because I don't know. Typhlosion pretty much one-shots everything, so it's all about him getting his setup. If we can set up faster than he can, we could have a chance. We also have the Parallel City. Okay, 2 Parallel Cities. Okay, so we see Volcanion. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe Volcanion plus Typhlosion? No, we see Volcanion, Entei. This is 130, which is really annoying because we just hit out on it, or just miss out on the... He's going to throw down the Bursting Balloon too. I mean, pretty much a loss here. We see Camerupt, maybe Flareon, who knows. I mean, our only hope is that he dead draws, and like we draw into some Lysanders, and we can knock out this Entei and like this Flareon before it gets charged up. That's pretty much the only out we have. Getting down our Trubbish is super important right away. And getting out our Garbodor, because we can stop the Flareon from moving energy around. We can stop the Camerupt from moving energy around. We can reduce his damage. There are ways around this, but this is like a 90-10 sort of matchup right here. The fire deck wins 90% of the time. But that doesn't mean we aren't going to attempt to do something. We're going to Hoopa here. We're going to get out as much as we can. We're going to get Scizor. I have confidence that I'll draw into a Mega Scizor next turn. So we will get all these out. I don't really want to Shaman. Just want to N. At this point, we do grab the Parallel City. Trainer Mail. Can grab the VS Seeker. We grab another Scizor Spirit Link, I guess. We have a VS Seeker in hand, so it doesn't really matter. I can Parallel City now. Reduce his damage. I'll take 0 instead of 40. That 40 damage could be big. So we'll discard his Scorched Earth. Yeah, I'm not going to attack because of the Bursting Balloon. I assume he'll get rid of the Parallel City, but we'll just see what happens anyway. Need a Lysander, that's what we need. Kill these Shamans, that's really our only hope. He's playing Shauna. I don't know why you're playing Shauna. Yep, so he's able to get rid of that. Trainer Mail here. We need our Lysanders, knock out these Shamans, knock out something. But we also need to like get our Trubbish down as soon as possible. Yeah. So we'll see what happens here. He's gonna Scorched Earth, get another Fire Energy into the discard. He's got 3 in there right now, and he's going to Power Heater, which does 40. Attach the Bursting Balloon, which is super annoying. Can we please like draw a Lysander off the top deck? No, we draw a Metal Energy. Okay, so we're gonna throw that down there, and we're going to Sycamore. Trainer Mail here. Mega Turbo. I have no need for that. Actually, I could get another Scizor powered up in one turn. So we'll get rid of the Spirit Link, and I guess this. Really nothing else I can do. I just don't want to attack with this thing, that's the only thing. What, like I could take 60 damage and then I think my best bet is to evolve the one here on the bench. Double Mega Turbo. Double Mega Turbo. We'll grab the Float Stone here. We'll throw it down onto the Hoopa. And I guess it really doesn't matter. We'll Gale Thrust. We'll take the 60 damage. We'll soften this up. We'll put it in range of a. We'll put it in range of an Iron Crusher. But Flareon's just gonna come in and ruin our day, pretty much. Yeah. Looking for those Lysanders. So maybe we can get some prizes here, but we're gonna make him fight for this win. We're not just gonna forfeit right away. He's gonna Super Rod. Bring back some stuff. So we'll see what happens. Flareon's all charged up. We haven't been able to get down a Trubbish, which really stinks. Gonna VS Seeker for Sycamore. Is he gonna play it? I only have one card, but I do have a Sycamore, so yeah. Energy Reset. That's an interesting card to see. Evo Soda. He's gonna find that Team Magma's camera up, most likely. Yeah, but this Flareon's just gonna come in and rock our world. If we can get this Mega Scizor up, it's going to Faded Town. I guess 2 damage counters on Megas. But I can discard that. Yeah, he's gonna Flash Fire here. Really, all he has to do is charge up this Flareon. There's nothing I can do to knock it out. He's gonna Power Heater for 30, 20 onto my Mega Scizor from the Faded Town. So I'm just going to Sycamore here. We do pull another Mega Scizor. Throw this down. No Trubbish just yet, unfortunately. Can Ultra Ball for it. I see no use for this Cobalion, to be honest. So we'll get down the Trubbish. And we will Iron Crusher, get rid of the Stadium. He's going to come in and completely destroy us with a Flareon, but there's really nothing I can do about that. He's going to send in Entei. Yeah, I guess Combat Blaze for knockout. He's got the energy in hand, I assume. For Professor's Letter, same thing. He does only have 12 cards in his deck, so if he plays recklessly, I don't know, he's gonna have enough to take it, but yeah, he's trying to get all those abilities used before I shut him off with Garb. Really stinks that I couldn't get that up, because now he's got like, what, 2 more energies on the field, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter. We have lost this game just from the beginning. It's just taking a little bit, but I do want to show you how this plays out. I don't just want to forfeit. He's getting that out again. Does he have energy in the discard for Burning Draft? Oh, that's taking a little bit. Oh yeah, he's got 1 energy in the discard. He's gonna Burning Draft and Flash Fire. If there was some way you could, like, if there was some colorless, something that took colorless. Yeah. He does 190 with Combat Blaze, which will be even less, but we'll knock him out anyway, and then Flareon's just kind of come in and destroy us. We get down the Garbodor here. Throw down the Mega Scizor, and we need cards. I don't think we have a Lysander in there, or I would have found it already. Throw this down here. We're going to Parallel City. Reduce his damage as much as we can try. We're going to lock down abilities. And we are going to Iron Crusher, which will knock it out, but we aren't going to discard the Parallel City. So we'll take some prizes. We got the Escape Rope here. Flareon's just going to come in and destroy us right about now. He's definitely able to knock us out with 5 Fire Energy. Not even with the Parallel City. Reducing it by 20. What? I guess that's like what? Now he's got 4 Fire Energy. That's still like what? Yeah, that's more than enough to knock us out. So we do have the Lysander. We can take the Shaman. We can go down to 2 prizes next turn, but yeah, I don't really see an out for us in this game. We can make it close. We can take the yeah, Blaze Ball is just going to absolutely destroy us. Yeah. Yeah, well, we're gonna go down to 2 prizes. We're gonna make it interesting, but really is nothing we can do even with 2, unless, like, yeah. I mean, I'll Lysander out the Shaman. I'll take some more prizes, but even the reduction. Yeah, so we're gonna make it close, I guess. But yeah, he just, even with this, he just comes in. He does more than enough, pretty sure. If not, then yeah, there's no way for us to knock us out anyway. Weakness 280, yeah. So, good game. We were close, we were close. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I showed you a good game where Scizor ripped through a water deck, doing all that discarding. Doing all the discarding, doing everything, and another game where we just got our asses handed to us. But, still fun. I regret that I wasn't able to show you any Mewtwo matchups, but just take my word for it, this will rip through Mewtwo like it is a knife through warm butter. So thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and check out my Pokemon TCG online playlist, where I have lots of 2016-2017 XY standard decks played both before the format rotation and after the format rotation.